Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My name's Stuart Gibson and I'm gonna go over my bike a little bit today. I'm just gonna show you guys what I do when I check my bike and maybe you guys can learn from it and do it as well. Thank you Albert for lending me this bike stand. First thing I do is I clean the bike. Doesn't really matter where to start, but I generally just spray it right in the cloth and then just run down the bike because I'm not really a fan of hosing down the bike. It just gets too wet in my opinion. A lot of dust and dirt gets collected underneath the headset here, so make sure you get that. Next up, let's do the wheels. You want to make sure, especially the braking surface is really clean, because the cleaner this is, the better your brakes are going to work. You also want to check your chain, see if it's not cracked anywhere, make sure it's clean. If your chain is looking a little bit dry, and this one is not, put lube on the inside of the chain, so on these rollers. So after you've cleaned the bike, and yes, my bike did need cleaning, that's when I start going over the bike and see if any parts are cracked. So I go from top to bottom, from the front to the back, the welds around the crossbar, and I check the area around the stem where it clamps. Forks are generally down here or down there at the dropout. Especially the dropout one is one you want to check. Then I start at the front. I check all the welds along the head tube, the weld back here at the seat tube, down there along the bottom bracket, but that's less common, and I check the welds here at the bridges. But this bike is looking good. Next up, I go over all the Allen keys. And just like checking the welds, I go from top to bottom, front to back. Some manufacturers will say you'll need a torque spec your bolts. I disagree. You just feel, if it's tight, it's tight. If it's loose, you'll be able to add some more leverage to it. You're gonna need different size Allen keys for this, most likely. So next on the list is checking the spoke tension. So in this case, I know both my wheels are straight and this feels pretty good. As do these. If your wheel is straight, but some of your spokes are loose, I recommend just doing quarter turns all the way around until they're tight. Just by doing it gradually, you won't mess up the alignment of your wheels. Did you know that your inner tubes, they'll probably lose about 10 to 15 psi every 2 weeks. So make sure you pump up the tires to whatever pressure you want. When it comes to brakes, I am very, very picky. So I tend to look at my brakes almost every single week. Sometimes when you squeeze your brakes, you'll just feel it resisting somewhere. Generally, what is a very good tip and something you can do back at home as well is take some chain lube and run it down into the cables. Very good practice to keep those cables looped up. Setting up brakes is an art, so I'm going to do a completely separate video of just setting up your brakes. Besides my bike being a little bit dirty, it's actually in very, very good shape. If it's not broken, you can't fix it. That's it. It's finished. So I hope this video was informational. I hope you guys learned something. I didn't really have to do much to my bike. unfortunately, for the video. But now you guys kind of know the process and what I do when I go over my bike. If you guys have any questions, please leave me a comment down below. Remember to hit subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.